Welcome to Gameweek 10's Dream Team, the series where I try to build as good squad as possible for the current week. This week my starting formation is 4-3-3. My starting 11 goalkeeper is Matthew Ryan. Brighton's goalkeeper showed great form in their last two games and kept clean sheet and had a lot of saves which led to bonuses. Although Brighton's defense is not impressive, Ryan is in top form. This week they play against Wolves, which don't tend to score a lot of goals. My first defender is the winger Marcos Alonso. Alonso proves to be one of the most attacking defenders in the league and a serious threat for the Chelsea's opponents. He showed excellent display in their first 4 game weeks with his 1 goal and 5 assists. He hasn't managed to contribute with goals and assists since, but he is constantly in advanced position, sometimes even in front of Hazard. My second defender is Joe Gomez. Liverpool's Gomez is great pick for this week's home game versus Cardiff. The defensive display of his team proves to be very solid this season. Although last game week Cardiff managed to score 4 goals for the 4-2 win versus Fulham, this game at Anfield will be tough for them and I expect them to play defensive game, so I fancy a clean sheet for Liverpool. My third defender is Benjamin Mendy. For second consecutive week I select Mendy for one of my starting defenders. Hard game versus Spurs away, which means slim chance of a clean sheet, but I believe Mendy will cause Spurs' defense some trouble from the flank. My last defender is Andrew Robertson. Again, Robertson is selected for starting 11 defender. As I said before, Liverpool have a high probability of a clean sheet. Also, Robertson seemed to be an offensive threat as well with his 2 shots on goal last week. My first midfielder is Eden Hazard. Hazard has a good away fixture versus Burnley. I expect this game to be very entertaining and full of goals, and Hazard is one of the main sources of danger for Chelsea. After last week's blank versus United, I expect good point return from Hazard. That's why I choose him for vice-captain of my team this week. My second midfielder is Mohamed Salah. Salah did great last week, and I expect his good form to continue versus Cardiff. Liverpool tried some rotations in their forward area last week, but Salah continued to look as the best attacking player. I have selected him as my captain since I expect a lot of action from him. My third and last midfielder is Roberto Pereira. Pereira was undoubtedly the best Watford player in the last away win versus Wolves. He has been excellent almost whole season, and home game versus Huddersfield is very favorable for returning points. My first forward is Callum Wilson. Bournemouth have another positive game versus Fulham, though away from home. I expect them at least to manage to score versus Fulham's shaky defense. Wilson gets another chance to impress me, and I expect at least an assist or some other delivery from him. My second forward is Alexander Mitrovic. Fulham proved to have very weak defense, but in offense they managed to score and create chances. Bournemouth's defense is not one to underestimate, but Mitrovic is constantly on the move, trying to create or finish chances for his team. I expect interesting things from him this week. My final forward is Alexandre Lacazette. Lacazette didn't manage to score last week, but he had 4 shots and he was looking sharp, so I want to give him another opportunity in the away game versus Crystal Palace. Their defense seems to be solid, but I think Arsenal's offense is pretty strong at the moment. As for the reserve players, Button keeps his place on the bench as the cheapest option. Højbjerg is great option for playing reserve player and he has easy game versus Newcastle at home. Lennon is selected again with no particular expectation for returns, as well as my third reserve player, Martin Kelly, who is unlikely to play at all. This is the Dream Team for Game Week 10. Good luck to everybody! Subscribe, like and comment the video and expect more FPL tips from the channel.